you mention my children, that's a great compliment to me, to the extent that you recognize it.
Oh,
So that made me feel so good.
He and my mom were there for us every minute. And, now at this stage, we can be there for them. When he first was diagnosed a year and a half ago, it was a big unknown how long, what the progression might be, and what the eventual time that may take away from him and from us. But I think he's defied the odds up to this point, especially someone in their late 80s with that kind of diagnosis. So with a full schedule, a year and a half into pancreatic cancer treatments, chemotherapy, radiation. He's released a bestseller book in that time. Mm-hmm. He's done book tours and book signings all around the country. He's appeared on television interviews. He's been on podcasts. He comes into the office every day.
Oh,
he's still a practicing attorney.
Oh,
with a whole team of attorneys that report to him.
Oh, wow.
And as he says, when he was building up the law firm, it was just him. And now when he comes into the office, there's many other people, including my brother and I, and a cousin of ours, and some others. And we're all running around doing all the work. And he'll come in and he'll look around and he'll say, I used to do this all myself. Why are you guys so busy? There's so many of you. He receives messages from around the world on a minute to minute basis, never mind hour to hour, day to day, thousands and thousands and thousands of messages. It's a blessing. And that's how I know my brothers, my sister and I, and my mom. Every day is a blessing.
How did you decide that out of all the family members, you'd be the one to stay by his side 24/7, to live with him, to go with him, to travel with him? Was there a vote? Did you volunteer?
Well, it's really a team effort. I'm, flattered, that you look at it that way. But the reality is, for a big part of all our lives, my brothers, my sister and I, he and my mom were there for us every minute. And, now at this stage, we can be there for them. My brothers and I, we all have different personalities. And I think as a group, it serves my parents well.
Yeah.
And so I think my personality is more of the, person who can try and keep things calm and keep things moving and not be looking to, cause too much commotion and just solve the problems. My other brothers have their strong points and strong suits. We're a good team.
I think that when I look at you and I think about what you're saying, there's a lot of people who might watch and hope that they would become what you describe, that you've been to your father, that you've been more than a traveling companion. You've been, the epitome of a son because you've just been there. I would think that when you first wake up, the first thought you have is not of yourself, it's for your dad. So how did you get there? Did you work on that intentionally?
Yeah, really looking at the world through someone else's, eyes and what's going to help them.
Yeah.
And along the way, it gives you a better appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
There's in my life some good examples of people that live like that their whole life. Mm-hmm. And during this period of time, it just gave me a great appreciation for that way of looking at the world and living your life through really one of service and being able to give some comfort to others or help or assistance and being understanding. I've heard people tell me, your personality and the way you go about things is a little different than what I remember, interacting with you in the past. So it's obviously had a big effect on me.
Yeah. So you're saying that you believe that even serving your dad through this time that nobody would wish on anyone. It's a very challenging time, but it's made you a better person.
And again, I look at this, this period as a blessing. And yeah, it's a terrible sickness, and that part of it, yes, I don't wish that on anybody. But the other part is, the positive side of it. It's just, we're all blessed. My dad, he's able to share his story though, far and wide now, and
Yeah.
I think, I know it's helped a lot of people. So
What's one thing that maybe people wouldn't know about your dad? Because he shares so much of his life on social media. But what's one thing that maybe people wouldn't know that you could share?
well, he goes to church every week. He's very, very committed to that. And there are many people that he has met through church and other community work that he goes above and beyond to help them. And, that's a part of him. He doesn't really look to publicize that type of thing. But that's who he is.
Yeah.
That's who he is. If someone needs a helping hand, even in the present condition where he's going a little slower than he used to, it still doesn't stop him. He's more looking at how can he help someone else. He's a role model to aspire to be like.
Yeah, he is. For all of us. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Adrian.
And engaging with the family and with Judge Caprio, it was critically important to them that they were able to allow him to continue to have this interview to tell his story and share his story. What we aim to do is see people as a person, meet them on the journey wherever they are. We're taking care of the patient, but we're taking care of the whole family as well.
We say, how can we get it done, rather than what are the barriers in terms of getting it done? What's the right thing to do, and to honor their spirit and their desires.
If you lead a decent, honorable, giving life, that no matter what obstacles you face in life, you can face them. No matter what comes your way, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. That's a wonderful prayer.